Alright, so you guys want me to do a video about stropping in more detail, so here it is. So basically what stropping is it's when you sharpen a knife on a stone, on a belt sander like the work sharp or something like that, no matter what you do, there's still going to be micro burrs, but you kind of think of it as little teeth and little pieces of metal that are going all over the place like that. Like, you know, they're kind of going like that. And when you strop the knife, it makes those burrs straight and gets rid of them, makes them to a point, makes the point perfect. And, you know, in my eyes, you really don't have to sharpen a knife ever. I mean, not ever, but eventually you will. But as long as you maintain your knife and strop it after you use it all the time, you know, you really won't have to sharpen it that often, maybe every couple months, depending on how much you use your knife. You know, if you're cutting through 1,000 boxes a day, then you're probably gonna have to sharpen your knife every month or whatever, depending on how nice the knife is or whatever. But for me, I barely sharpen my knives. I usually just strop them all the time. But yeah. So first, before I get into the strop I have here, which is a real strop and everything, I'm gonna show you a couple ways you can strop. Actually, you know what? I'll save that for a second video. I'll do another video right after this, showing alternate ways to strop without having to buy one. So yeah. So basically, what strop is this here. This is just a cheap one I got from Amazon. You can get this one says Body Tools. What is Toolz? I don't know if that's the brand or what it is. I don't remember. But yeah, basically, what this is a piece of leather, right? And that green shit on there is compound, strap compound, which you can get all that stuff from Amazon. There's different types of straps, different, you know, styles of leather. Like sometimes there's kangaroo leather, there's cow leather, there's horse leather. I think there's different leathers. This is the basic one, like I said. I think I spent about $25 to $35 on all of it, the strap and the compound. And I think I got a couple other things when I got that originally, so I don't remember. But anyways, then it has this other canvas side, and this is actually what barbers use. Old school barbers. A lot of like my barber uses a straight razor to do my edge up and my ice picks and all that shit, but he uses razors that are disposable. Basically, you know, once they're dull, you just pop it out and put a new blade in. But old school straight razors that were just the blade and they didn't get replaced, that's how barbers kept them sharp. They would strap it on here. Now, stropping a razor blade is a lot different than stropping a knife, and I don't know how to do that because I don't own a straight razor. I am interested in getting one. In the future, I might end up getting one. But anyways, what I do is I have it just hooked on a candle, actually. But you can get just a hook or a nail or something and hook it onto something, basically, so it's hanging like this. And then you want to take your compound, which I got this stuff in some Asian crap. I don't know what the hell, some ping ching chong language. I have no idea what the hell it says on there. But green extra fine buffing compound, 1 pound. This stuff is dirt cheap. There's different types of compounds. Again, some are better than others. I know Stocky Blue or Smurf Poop is also good. This kind is good. There's yellow, but basically, and I don't do this every time I strap, only once in a while. You just put a bunch of this on there. I leave a section of it blank, or compoundless on purpose. But basically you put the compound on there. Now what the compound will do is really have to buff those micro burrs out. Alright, so now there's a bunch of fresh compound on there. And I just keep this in this little box over here. It doesn't have to be kept in a box. It could be kept out in the air. I don't think it matters. But basically what it will do is if you have a knife that's pretty sharp, it'll make it sharper. So you know, this is just a cheap ass knife I got from the fair years ago. It's like $16. It's a piece of shit. You can obviously see it. It wiggles like hell, but I mean, it's pretty damn sharp. Okay, maybe not. Alright, so it's pretty sharp. You can see how it does. Now let's strop that and see how it does. So to actually strop it, you hold it like this. I usually hold my finger under here to keep a little bit of pressure. And then you always, when you're sharpening, like, where's my stone? when you're sharpening on the stone, you want to, I mean, it doesn't matter, you can take it, and I'm not actually going to do it, but you can pull toward yourself, but I like to push away from myself, so like that. Keep the angle and do that. With stropping, you always, always, always pull away from yourself, because if you go that way, you're going to cut into your strop and cut it in half. And you don't want that, obviously. So anyways, you take the strop like this, and you just take the knife, and it doesn't matter if it's at the angle of the edge, but it will help. But again, really, it's not going to hurt anything or make a big difference if it's not. But basically, you just go like that and draw the knife on there. And I usually try to do it about 20 to 50 times per side on the compound part, and then do 20 to 50 alternating ones on the compound part, and then repeat the process on the non-compound. But I'm sorry, I did that backwards. So I usually try to start with, if it's a really dull knife, I'll start on the non-compound part. And when I do that, I usually do 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I might speed this part of the video up. Make sure you get the whole blade. And when you're doing this, don't rush. I'm just rushing for video's sake, so it's not super long. And you don't really have to count passes. You can just spend 3 minutes per side, do that for 3 minutes, then flip 3 minutes, alternate 3 minutes. It's however you really want to do it. But again, then just do it on the compound. And a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll do it once. Like I said, I'll do 20 or 10 right now, with pushing just a little bit of pressure. And you can also hold it like this so it's limp. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now obviously, you do 10 this way, 10 that way, and then to make sure it's 10 alternating, and it's 10 on both, 10 per side, you have to do 20, so 1, 2, 3, and then up 20. And yeah, that's it. And then after I do it that way, then a lot of times I'll take it, and the first time I was pushing down just a little bit of pressure. The second time when I do it, I will do it with just the weight of the knife. So I'll just barely hold the knife just so it's secured in my hand, it's not going to fall. And then just do the same thing again. So I'm going to finish that up, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so that was just cleaning off the compound, because when you put fresh compound on, and even when you don't, even when the compound's been on there for a while, it will, get like that. So let's see now. Oops, dropping the paper and shit. As you guys can see, well, maybe not there, but hold on. It might not be as easy to see, but holding a knife in your hand and actually cutting yourself, you'll be able to feel it. I'm trying to get a nice thin cut. A little curly Q cut. So, as you can see, that definitely makes a difference. And it doesn't just work for that type of knife. Oh wow, I just realized the screw down here is coming loose. See, that's what I say when I mentioned in one video about cheap knives. They have their place, and I understand when people are starting off, they might not be able to afford to go spend $70, $90 on a knife, whatever. But just know, when you get a cheap knife, you pay for what you get. In all honesty, if you buy a cheap knife, it's going to be a cheap knife. If you buy a nice knife, an expensive knife, it's going to be an expensive knife. Now, obviously, there's some situations where you buy a $90 knife and it's going to be a piece of shit, and it's just going to fall apart, and that can be just because it's a bad brand or a manufacturing defect, or you just don't like the knife, for example. I mean, there's times where you'll spend $100 on a knife and then get it in your hand, and be like, wow, I hate this. It's uncomfortable. I just don't like it. And that's just, you know, kind of how it has to be. That's why I always watch tons of reviews and read a lot of reviews before I buy anything, especially a knife. But yeah, like I said, you know, it doesn't just have to be for that type of knife. Here's a cheap one again that I got from the fair. I think I stropped this one. Yeah, definitely stropped that. Oops. So, you know. Oh, goddamn. I almost dropped myself, cut myself on that. Here is a dollar store knife. Now, I can't remember if I stropped this or not, but I'm pretty sure I did. Even the dollar store knife. Now, trust me, when I got this knife, before I sharpened it and stropped it, it wouldn't have been able to cut paper like that. There's no way. You know? Or, moving on to construction paper, because I don't have any more printer paper like that. This is a knife my uncle gave me. It's a buck knife. And I'm only going to do one of the blades. I'm not going to do all three. Now, I don't know that I stropped or sharpened this one, to be honest. But, well, construction paper might not be a good cut test demo. It might just be the knife let's test it with a knife that I know is sharp. Here's my Spyderco Tenacious. Oh, shit. Alright, so I can cut that. This knife has been sharpened and stropped before. Actually, I don't know if I sharpened it, but I know I've stropped it. So, cardboard, or not cardboard, construction paper, unfortunately isn't the greatest thing to test with. Let me find a piece of this paper on the floor I can do with. You know. Here's a $100 Benchmade knife, the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. I mean, that thing just, oh, I forgot how much I like this, love this knife. I mean, and again, this is more supporting, you know, you pay for what you get what you pay for. I mean, look at that, tiny little curly cute cuts I can do with this. A dull knife will not do that. And, you know, that's pretty much it, guys. You know, we'll work with a case, classic case folder. This one has to be a lock back and opens pretty fast. And now I'm just cutting paper because I know you guys like it. So when I watch knife videos, that's my favorite part, is when they're cutting shit. So yeah. That's a video about stropping, guys. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Joe Kong 94 out.